So it's the beginning of the weekend here in our Transformer world, and we're going to jump right into it here on the Transformer Slag podcast with the news. And we got some Blockies updates. Yesterday we talked about the Blockies Champion Class Transformers 1 Megatronus Prime being a thing and coming out soon. But we have another one here, another movie-based one, and it's the Blockies Transformers Champion Class Dark of the Moon Jetwing Optimus Prime. And this one's pretty crazy because you get pretty much your core movie 1, movie 2, Transformers 2007, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus Prime and all its weapons and stuff. But then you get all the extra stuff that the Dark of the Moon version had, that Jetwing Optimus Prime, and a ton of accessories in a crazy model kit with LED lights that you could install. It's going to be 11.5 centimeters tall. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. I've loved everything Blockies has been doing up to this point and really bringing a lot of the Transformer community into the model building world. And this is a great example of that to get the more, I guess we'll call them modern fans, people that got into Transformers maybe from the Michael Bay movies and stuff. And what a way to do it where by using the Dark of the Moon version, you end up covering 3 movies and giving all those extra accessories to really customize and do how you like it, and just, it looks great. We'll have more information on this one and the Megatronus Prime, hopefully in the near future. These have all just been dropping on Weibo and Blockies' Facebook page, so we'll probably have pre-order dates, prices, and everything in the near future. Next up, we have a Transformer Slag podcast exclusive here. Found these at Walmart today while hunting for some of the cheaper price points of the Cyberworld toys. And we got some more licensed Transformers items from World Tech Toys. And it's a Transformers Dancing and Light Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Bumblebee. It's done in that G1-ish kind of authentic style and box design. These are going to be 10 inches tall, and with the push of a button, they dance. They have lights and sounds and move. It is what it is, but it is some new items to kind of put out there for completists and collectors of those characters. Walmart here in Canada has them listed at $24.97 Canadian. So if I had to take a guess, no doubt it's probably going to be in that $19.97 price point, maybe in the US for the USD. Probably something around that, maybe even cheaper. Just wanted to put that out there again for people that are in love with those versions of those characters and want to have a little Optimus on your desk or something to light up and dance around. Then we have an update. We have our winner for our Activate Your Alt mode. And of course, winning by an absolute landslide, and I'm happy to announce it, Shockwave has defeated Grimlock. Grimlock on paper should have been the one that defeated Shockwave, but the fans turned out and made sure Shockwave would win it. So that's really, really cool. So Shockwave will be the character that'll get a brand new alt mode in this initiative. Round 2, which will be the general alt mode voting, which will decide pretty much the category of voting for which kind of alt mode, land, sea, air, or wild card. That'll start on August 18th and run to the 21st, so we'll have plenty of time to do that voting. Again, only on Instagram through their comment section. You click on the comment section, the voting poll will pop up, and then you click on who you want to vote for. And then the winner of that category will then be announced on August 22nd. So you'll find out which category it'll be, land, sea, air, or wild card. And then on the 25th to the 28th, it'll be the direction of that category and the exact choice of that. So the example I always give, let's say sea wins, then it could be potentially like a speedboat, a submarine, a land aircraft carrier, maybe a beast like a shark or a manta ray. So, and then that'll do the final decision of what Shockwave will get as his brand new alt mode. And that full announcement with a little, I guess, concept put together, they'll wait a couple weeks, and then Hasbro will put together a concept and everything. And on September 17th, Transformer Day, the final Shockwave design will be revealed to all of us. So that's pretty hype stuff. The last thing we're going to be covering is an update on what's happening with our Transformer movies. So the new CEO and chairman of Paramount Skydance Corporation has been announced, David Ellison. And David Ellison did a huge announcement and report with The Hollywood Reporter of what is going to be happening with Skydance and Paramount under his new leadership, including prioritizing certain franchises and brands within Paramount, specifically that of Transformers and G.I. Joe. The quote here is Ellison, who has said he intends to make movies exclusively for theaters, again, no more streaming stuff, now has full control over a number of film franchises he already worked on at Skydance. Many of them have been dormant on the big screen for years, Star Trek and G.I. Joe, while others are still trying to find their footing in recent years, Terminator and Transformers. We jump forward a little bit, and then you have the co-film chief, Josh Greenstein, said that these franchises would be a priority, noting the company hopes to release 15 films a year and then up to 20, I guess, with more success. He name-checked Star Trek and Transformers with a big surprise being World War Z with Brad Pitt and everything like that. But the big mention was, of course, Transformers twice in this report. Now, the mention of 15 films is not 15 Transformer films. It's 15 films across all the stuff within their franchises that they have there. And that's really good because if you want to do 15 films a year, one of those are going to be Transformers and G.I. Joe probably. So what does that really mean exactly? What could we take away from this? Does that add more to the whole thing about Michael Bay returning? Does that add more to the, him returning with those old ideas and old concepts that were kind of floundering? Is it maybe that the rumor of a Transformer reboot with Michael Bay? Was Transformers 1 already kind of a reboot when we really think about it? Maybe Skydance and Paramount could swallow their pride and maybe give us a Transformer 1 sequel despite the sales being so low on the tickets. Even if the bean counters might say otherwise. So there's a lot to kind of take away from that. Transformers as a brand is extremely strong in the toy aisle and the comic book world. But when you're talking the film going audience, the casuals, as I like to call them, they have a fractured history right now with the robots in disguise. And if Transformers 1 was any indication of how that's going, regardless of how amazing that movie was for us fans, they see like, hey, this didn't work. So that's something where it's like, we're going to have to see what this new CEO plans to do and how he plans to dig Transformers out of their situation that they have in the movie theaters with the modern casual audience that isn't the hardcore Transformer fan. A new live action movie maybe hopefully could bring back good faith with that audience, and then they could sneak in a sequel for Transformers 1 after that good faith is brought back, and then they'll want to go see Transformers 1 sequel, and by then, Transformers 1, the original, will already be on Paramount Plus, and they could consume that and create a new interest. It's a possibility. I call it the Tron move, where it's like, hey, Tron 1 comes out, it doesn't do well, years pass, and then they do a sequel, and then people go back to watch the original, and then they see the sequel, and then it kind of builds something from there. Kind of hope that could be the case. That's one game plan, that fits my needs for my love for the Transformers 1 movie. But then my business side of me goes, ooh, that might not be the best route in terms of finance and success. I mean, at the end of the day, the sad truth is Michael Bay returning and doing a live action movie will probably get more tickets than a Transformer 1 sequel, even though I rather the Transformer 1 sequel. So it's going to be a tough one, and we're going to have to see what Ellison and his team pretty much plan. And again, the co-film chief, Josh Greenstein. So there's a new CEO there. They have a lot of goals, but all of them point to, we're going to do Transformer movies, whether you like it or not, which is a good thing because it means more content and hopefully stuff that will be good, that will be probably put with, hopefully with talented individuals, and it'll stick the landing and work with the modern film going audience and then grow things more. Because the success of these movies, like it or not, if they're good or bad, but the success of these movies lead to more product and better stuff for us on the supplemental material, being toys, action figures, comic books, cartoons, or otherwise. Let me know what you think about all of this, and thanks again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast. Tomorrow is the Transformers Saturday Night live stream. We are back to Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I hope you tune into that, and we'll take questions from the fans, talk about the news this week, some cool stuff we got, and then some. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you in the near future.